Last rule.
No.
What do we do if I get bit? Hey, Jane. You have to kill me. Don't let me become one of them.
Come on, please. You have to.
I don't think I've ever cried to that extent to anything media-wise. I got teary-eyed during Crisis on Infinite Earths. I sobbed my way through Ether's ending with Tiger Totem. And I cried multiple times during Avengers Endgame. But I don't think any of that compares to what I felt in the range of emotions I felt during this final episode with Clementine's journey from the first game, where Lee becomes a father figure in order to protect Clementine and preserve her innocence as a child. From the second season, where Clementine has to learn how to grow up and mature so she can survive in a world without Lee. From the third season, where she takes everything she learns from her past to apply it so she can protect herself and others. And from the final season, where she becomes a mother figure. She becomes a mentor like Lee to another child to make sure that they can survive. So I wasn't planning on making this type of video, or even make a video for this game series. I took a long break during the final season. In between episodes 2 and 3 and 4, I took a 10-month break, and I thought if I just came back and finished it, it would be fine. But ever since I finished the final episode, I cannot stop thinking about this game series. And I think I just need to make peace with it. And I want to talk about why I started to play this game, why I love this series so much, and why I love the character Clementine. So here we go. So the first time I played this game was on the iPad, surprisingly. There was a demo around December 2014, I think, and it had the first episode in it, and I was going crazy. I mean, like, this 2-hour long adventure game, and that's just one of the episodes. That's crazy. Now, I didn't get back into the series until like 2016, and that was because the second season was free around 2015, November, for PlayStation Plus. So I bought the first game around summer of 2016, and I played them both back to back. And those 10 episodes were so emotion filled, and like they're so impactful and so emotional. And I had a way of coping with it, and I was just watching so many theory videos on the third season and like what's gonna happen next. It was crazy. Now I'm gonna say this, I didn't really like the third season at all. I bought it at launch and I was super hyped for it, but then like it took a while for episodes 3, 4, and 5 to come out. And also I just did not care about Javier and the New Frontier. I only cared about Clementine. I wanted to, you know, do more with her journey ever since I played the first 2 games. And it's still cool that I was able to give her advice and stuff, but I don't know. I think from that game I lost why I love the series so much. There wasn't that many heartfelt moments I had with the third game that I don't even remember much about the third game. So in between 3 and 4, we knew with the ending of season 3 that the next game was going to continue Clementine's story, which I was really excited for. But I didn't get the game at launch. I just didn't want to have to like deal with waiting for episodes, so I just waited for a physical release. And so, yeah, I have the physical release, and I got the physical release of the game around this time last year. And so, you know, I played the first episode the weekend I got it, and then school was happening, so I played the second episode once school ended, so I had no time to worry, or I didn't have to worry about school and whatnot. But then it took me 10 months just to play episode 3 and 4. And I think it's because I just didn't have the courage to continue going. I didn't want to see Clementine's story end. I didn't want to see anything bad happen to her. I honestly just chickened out, to be honest. I was too scared and so emotionally invested to their character. I just loved her character arc so much. It just makes me so happy. It's kind of stupid for me just not to play the game. I mean, I think it was because I knew that it was the final season and that this is the end of her journey. And so I just chickened out. So now I just want to talk about some of my favorite things about this series. And one of them is I get to choose my dialogue, and sure, in the end it doesn't really matter because you're still going to go to the same place, but it's just the way you get there. It feels more personalized to how I want to experience this journey, and I really like that touch. And I especially like it how some of your decisions in the earlier games transitions on into the later games. Like in season 1, when you're playing as Lee and you choose to use a lot of swear words in front of Clementine, she's more prone to say it in the first 2 seasons with her static dialogue.
It smells like...
Shit. I'm sorry. I shouldn't talk like that.
That was a swear.
It smells funny in here.
Like shit, right, Lee?
Hey, don't use swear words, okay?
Oh shit. Oh shoot.
They really focus on Clementine and how it's different for every person. So like my Clementine has a scar on her face because of the ending I chose from season 2. But then my Clementine's also different because of how she ended off in season 3. I really like that touch, and like they even mention it, like you only get specific dialogue in season 4 depending on your choices back in season 2.
But it could have been a lot worse.
It'll be weird at first. You look at your hand and get a little shock when your finger's not there. But that goes away.
I'd ask you to pinky promise, but yeah.
Like it's just, it really shows the dedication that Telltale has and how much it caters to the fans who've been playing since the beginning. And I especially like the action sequences, especially in this 4th game. This game had some of the best. Like in this gameplay right now, you have to get to this boat, and as you're getting there, you're covered in walker guts, and you have to use the walkers as cover to get over there. That stuff was crazy to me. And you know, some of them aren't amazing, like season 1 with the whole first-person shooting thing. That was weird. But then in other games, like in season 2, where you have to stitch up Clementine's arm, some of that is beyond crazy. It's so horrific and just it's so like heartbreaking. It's crazy with some of the things they can come up with. And finally, I love the comic book style of this game. Now, I think this game is related to the comics and not the TV show. Don't quote me on that. But it just shows that in gaming, you don't really need to have outstanding and crazy graphics and crazy art styles. As long as you have a compelling story and compelling characters and characters that people care about, it's enough to get people invested in. And finally, Clementine. I don't think I've ever had a character grow up and change in every iteration I've seen her in. In the first game, you just see her as a innocent girl you're just trying to protect.
But I'll look after you until then.
What?
But then you have to experience her loss of innocence towards the end of the game.
And now, you? Please. Please don't be one of them. Please don't become a walker.
You have to shoot me, honey.
Lee, no.
It's okay. It's okay.
And then in the second season, she has to make the hard calls on herself. She has to learn how to live in a cruel world that she's in. And that she loses her touch of family. By the third season, she becomes very distant with people, and that's because of her past experiences with others. She loses her touch of family, but after she meets Javier, she realizes that it's still possible to have a family even during these rough times.
How long do we keep driving? We may not find them. They could be too far ahead of us.
Until we're out of gas, and then we walk after them.
And with hope restored, Clementine now has to take care of a child. She essentially becomes Lee, a mentor. And her journey just went full circle. She's the one who is being protected. And now she's the one who has to be protecting another child.
Listen to me. If I get bit, you'll... shoot.
No. No, I'm not gonna do that.
I think what makes Clementine so special is how we perceive her so differently in each game. Personally, I like characters a lot more than the actual story arc, and that's because you know you're doing something right when people are coming back to just see what this character's doing and what their intentions are. And sure, you need a proper story with that, and this game and this series knows what they're doing with their storyline, so it's just so powerful and effective, especially in this final season. You're able to give Clementine peace for once after so much tragedy. You can give her a relationship. She can fall in love. She can fall in love with Violet, Lucy. Even if you don't want her to fall in love, I mean, it's your choice. But, I don't know, it's just such a great idea to finally give her peace in the world that she's stuck in.
You better not disappear on me, okay?
So, when I said I took a long break after this game, I went back to see how long it actually took me to even finish it. And so, when I finished the first episode, I thought my game was glitched. I played the final episode on April 19th, but then I realized I played the first episode on April 19th of 2019. It took me exactly one whole year to get to this ending, to get to this point of Clementine's journey. It's insanity to me. I'm glad I finished it. I finally get to see one of my favorite characters end their journey. And yes, even though it was such a roller coaster of emotions, these last two episodes I felt, it's left me with joy. Yes, my favorite character got bit. And they suffered a fate kind of like Lee, where the little child they're protecting had to finish them off. But I'm glad that I was able to make my peace with this game, and it was hard for me to cope, but after making this video, I feel so much better. And I just want to say thank you Telltale, thank you Skybound, for this outstanding experience. It was crazy.
I'm coming.
What you doing there, goofball?
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Whoa. Easy there.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
You're out of bed. You're walking.
Oh my god.
And you have wood arm legs.
Crutches.
Crutches.
What?
I'm still not bitten.